shoots.
Although if you don't care about that, bring your setup to tournaments. It really does help people out. Either way.
All right, so right out the gate, we got Sun Salutations, and we see that G-Rain wants to approach, but he's in for the long haul if he thinks this is how this is
I like what he's doing here. He's like, oh, you want to hang out at the off stage? Oh, okay, bye.
You're gonna see a lot of Sun Salutation. I'm telling you, Psy Magnet is bait. It's bait. John wants that Psy Magnet because even though Lucas has an active hitbox on Psy Magnet, it's not going to be enough to dissuade John from his typical zoning game. And even though we saw G-Rain going for some wacky stuff,
that's overextended. I felt it right when he exhausted the jump that it could have been bad.
And now that John saw that, he knows that he can afford to go off stage with G-Rain because he could jeopardize his recovery. And that's not even a fault of G-Rain so much as the unusual hitboxes, or I guess hitbox collision of the stage.
Wow, down air. Again, I'm not familiar with these characters, so the options are gonna they're gonna be entertaining to me. No, oh boy, there's the meat mop, even game.
Yeah, with 25%, John immediately charging Sun Salutation, turn around for the swift forward tilt.
And it looks like I was right for a second there as he absorbs it, but John right back where he was at the start of the stock.
So, here's the thing with a matchup like this. Yes, John can very much heal G-Rain for massive amounts of percentage with Sun Salutation, especially if it's boosted up by deep breathing. However, John's always healing little bits here and there between the Sun Salutations, between the deep breathing. And that little damage that he's chipping back here and there is going to make a big difference.
And he managed to take the lead off of that absorption to the down throw, the Psy Magnet, we'll call it, right? That's what the official name is? Okay. It took me a while to remember that. I guess I need some food in my system. I'm a little hungry.
Yeah, same.
Right.
John setting up that soccer ball is always the scariest thing.
Yeah, this is such a back and forth game right here. Like between the healing on both ends and just like the tidbits of combos and then the stage control, just all over the place. But John considerably farther than he has been earlier on, DIing properly off that down throw. Oh man, he's fishing. G-Rain just needs to stop exhausting that jump. Oh man,
that's gonna be that. But that's only game one. G-Rain's still in this.
The problem is, if you jump and then just go head first into somebody that's able to react to you, it can become a problem, as we see right there. Both the stocks were just off of self-destructing, unfortunately. So we'll see how game two goes if he wants to run this back, or he's going Omega Wily. That's where he counterpicked on Shorn last time, so
yeah,
seems to be his counterpick stage of choice.
I feel like it's a good option for him. As we saw, the PK Thunder collision on Final Destination was just not helping G-Rain in the slightest. At least with these solid walls, he can more reliably protect them. He can slide up the walls as well because Lucas's recovery is a little goofy like that. But at the same time, you've given John numbers walls to jump off of. Wall jumping! You know how John loves to stall his recovery.
Numbers. Nope.
The hopscotch world champion, John
Numbers.
Numbers.
For the footstool. There it is, the jab reset. He's going to get another grab, down throw. Do what you want after that, G-Rain.
Very nice percentage racked up on board, but John unimpressed, as with everything else in this
he's going
game.
to take that right back as he has been. Or maybe not.
Almost had the carry down from the Nair, but it was just poorly spaced on that.
I just want to appreciate the sound effect off the down smash into the soccer ball right there. Almost felt like another body right there.
Yeah, all of Wii Fit's hits have these very heavy sounding smacks, even though she's not doing anything particularly special. And we almost saw the header spike. Oh, you gotta love the down.
It's just so silly. Like, your opponent's right in front of you and you chose to down air the soccer ball.
The
Like, what are you conditioning there? I personally don't get it. I will the more I watch this, but
he's just consistently putting on damage, and there's no way you could account for an active hitbox like that. look at these angles. He's such a good understanding of how Wii Fit interacts with the soccer ball in every conceivable way.
All right, getting a little bit more percent right there off stage. Getting the that heavy breathing power. The up throw is going to take it.
That will do it. But you're sitting at 136 to clean slate immediately with a very nice back air.
Nice back air. Most used line in commentary.
I love that joke.
Unfortunate, SD.
That killed?
Oh boy. Well, I mean, like what I've been saying was what?
No, like, Smash Wii U is definitely the type of competitive game that elicits the "that worked" kind of response.
I guess,
so
yeah.
things.
I mean, it's one of those games where it's kind of like there are guaranteed follow-ups, but are there really guaranteed follow-ups with Rage and knockback changing all over the place and patches? You know, you think you know, but you don't know. You know?
Yeah, I get you. I get you. Though, for what it's worth, I believe we're almost a complete year into this iteration of Smash for Wii U.
Thank goodness.
1.1.6.
It was about time. Whether it's thanks to the Switch or not, if they're prepping a little something, I don't know, Amiibo leaks, Sakurai, please. Or whoever, Capcom, whoever's in charge of it, whoever's rumored. But thank goodness we've had a year or close to a year of consistency. You know, I see a lot more. What? Did he just take it?
Oh!
He just took it.
He took a game, but that's bringing us into game 3.
You know, we have players like G-Rain who have been playing Lucas for a while that are able to, you know, finally make a name for himself and take games like this. And a lot more players that over the last year, you know, we just saw Latai, who's only been playing for a year. You know, since a year of no patches, they're able to actually improve and be consistent or, you know, establish a form of consistency.
Right.
So,
right. So
inconsistency for other players. Sorry, Zero. But
hey, listen, man, he's still number 1. You can't
Indeed,
take that away
indeed.
from him.
I will not. All right.
We got the Omega Gower Plains. I love this stage.
Got a full round out on Final Destination, just in different forms right here for the set. I respect it. I like it. The good old days, man. Not quite for glory, but, you know, 2-stock flat surface.
Yeah, but, you know, it goes without saying that the Omegas all have different properties, and there has been research on those varying properties. You can find some of that, you know, on our Smash Brothers or even on Smash Boards. Put a little plug out there for them. But there's a lot of variation between how these stages work, and Gower Plains one of the few that has a base pillar, but it's not just flat with a pillar like Pokemon Stadium 2. That curvature is very unique to the stage on the bottom of it, and the hitbox collision is very exact to it. And because of that, a lot of interactions off stage have that kind of untechable situation just because the interactions are going to be occurring within the stage itself, not just a matter of, you know, against it, as we regularly expected.
Yeah, I will say that the Omegas that they went with on the recommended rule set are very good choices because we have the wall jump one with Wily, and then we just have incredible music and aesthetic coming out of this stage and Suzaku Castle. That's obviously not the main reason they chose them. I think the camera angle and the blast zones have to do with it as well. And like you said, the curvature and whatnot being similar to regular FD, similar not quite exactly. And then you have Palutena's Temple, which has the exact same blast zones and dimensions. So,
you know, despite recommended rule set very specifically listing 3 of the Omegas, it's very rarely that we see people contesting what or why of them, and I feel that's just more of a concern for event and tournament organizers than anything else. Though, that being said, it's worked out very well for John Numbers. He's just been maneuvering himself freely around G-Rain, and G hasn't really figured out anything to get around John on this stage. John hasn't been sitting at the ledge as he's more well known for. He's been sitting at center stage and running outwards, forcing G-Rain to play this game cat and mouse, and it really has not been working out for our hometown hero.
Yeah, it's really crazy how he was able to find his way into Game 2, and then, you know, a player like John Numbers, his caliber, you know, G-Rain hasn't been in the game as long. He hasn't made as many waves as him, so on paper, obviously, this is how it should be going, but, you know, in my heart, my Westchester homie, it's sad to see him crumbling like this, but maybe not yet with this absorption.
Yeah, you know, the Psy Magnet G-Rain's been putting it out an awful lot, and we were saying at the beginning of the set, it's not going to dissuade John. He's still going to put it out. But you'd think he would have learned to be a little bit more cautious by this point.
I know, and he's only charging like the fully charged ones too. So, oh man,
just barely missing that back air.
And it looks like he's found his way in a little bit more, but hopefully not too little, too late. You know, oh maybe not. Yes, 68%.
Young 68, still plenty of time for him to make this back. But speaking of time, I'd like to point out that there's 2 minutes 40 on the clock in counting.
Yeah, that's Wii Fit Trainer for you.
John Numbers is a player who is certainly not against timing out if it calls for it. He will play every second of that clock if it means victory.
Yeah, I mean, G-Rain's actually been timed out before by a few of the Xeno players, such as Leo. I think he was talking about another Cloud that timed him out. I don't know by name specifically, but he's also a very patient player that likes to think about what is the best option here, even if he is getting punished on like his rolls and like overcommitting here a little. You will see if you watch a lot of G-Rain, like I've commentated so many of his sets, he will wait, even if he's losing, so. A peculiar landing option with the Nair.
John's just managed to put on.
Wait, did that reply? Yes, oh, it does push it out. I haven't seen G-Rain ever do that in such a long time. Almost forgot for a second Lucas could do that.
Oh, and he reads the roll with that, but being able to jump out of it's going to shift his hurt box back into the stage. He's still in it, but set the volleyball, establish that deep breathing. He's got a little bit of that boost now.
Playing volleyball with a little boy, my lord.
Wii Fit takes no prisoners.
Okay, I mean, you got like 20% more on Wii Fit. I mean, oh, never mind. I was thinking from the hopeful upset perspective, but I cannot show bias and not give credit to John Numbers. Always a pleasure to watch those underlooked characters, those underrepresented characters. Pleasure to see him going on the rest through bracket on his winner's journey